These two guys have Minnesota sports flowing in their veins. Mackey and Judd on Score North and ScoreNorth.com.
All right. The OG Score North podcast here. A little Mackey and Judd action. We will get to some baseball stuff here. I was fascinated by the Twins' decision. They thought they were being clever on social media by doing the Monday Night Football intros. And they did the panoramic view of Target Field in the background of it, where there might have been 8 fans in the stadium at first pitch last night. Yeah. But we also have, it's mock draft season, big time here. And usually the mock drafts are like what the draft experts think is going to happen based on their own opinion. Not Peter Schrager. Peter Schrager has a mock draft based on information he has gathered talking to all the teams. So we'll get to that here in a second. After we start at Meadows at Mystic, Dex. Tell 'em.
Yeah, absolutely. So the golf course will be opening shortly, but let's talk about Launchpad. So Launchpad is an awesome experience that they just built. They finished the course. I think it was late last summer. I went out there. Super fun. A different innovation for this type of golf. So you see these pads, those sticks out there. You can be a serious golfer. You can be, just out there having fun because they have a great bar and restaurant too that is hanging out there. So go check out Launchpad. It's an awesome new experience. Pretty cool concept too. So go check it out. It's located right next to the Meadows at Mystic Lake. Be on the update too for when the actual Meadows at Mystic Lake does open. They're still getting the course ready with winter weather still here, but also go check out Launchpad. Super fun time right next to the Meadows at Mystic Lake.
Love that. Also, shout out to Legit Pizza for powering the Mackey and Judd podcast. Throwback style pizza that you can find in the grocery store freezer section. Stone-baked, cracker-thin crust, zesty tomato sauce. That sausage and mushroom is my favorite combination of toppings, personally. They keep it very Midwestern with Midwestern cheeses, meats, and one bite, and you'll swear you're back at that hometown pizza joint eating those square-cut slices with pals, with family. So if you're looking for a snack or a great dinner option, something quick too, be legit. Pick up a Pep's Legit Pizza. It's mock draft season. It's party. We trust Peter Schrager, right? As an information guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we do. I think we actually talk about this every year now. This mock draft in particular, since it's him pontificating on what he's been told.
Yeah. So here's what he wrote, and then we'll get to kind of the Vikings relevance here. But he said, I'm getting excited for the 2026 draft. Round 1, I can hear his voice as he says this. I'm getting excited. I'm Peter Schrager. I like football. Round 1 begins on April 23rd in Pittsburgh, just under, I guess, 2 weeks away as we do this. And while I was in Phoenix at the over 2 weeks. Yeah, it's 2 weeks and 2 days.
Yes.
Because this came out today.
Yes.
And I can read a calendar.
Yep.
Peter writes, while I was in Phoenix at the annual league meeting last week, I spent a lot of time talking to sources and trying to get the latest intel on what teams might do with their first-round picks. So what follows is my first mock draft for the 2026 class. And these projections are based on what I'm hearing rather than what I would personally do in each slot. Nothing is set in stone quite yet. That's why he'll have a second mock draft in 2 weeks.
I want a mock!
Genius.
So is this the smokescreen version of his? Because there's no way he's getting
the boards aren't
the
saying
exact
that.
intel.
No, the boards are being moved around, and what he's doing is he's peeking in the draft room. His names are being moved exactly. So this is just his first attempt. But things will be written in ink in 2 weeks. You know they will.
I just feel like maybe, and front offices know that he does this. So are they not just likely to use him? Oh, Pete, yeah, come on over here.
My guess is he actually gets the majority of his information about what a team will do from a different team.
Okay, yeah. So he's talking to the Raiders. He's talking to Tommy B or whatever, and saying, "Hey, I know you're not going to tell me what you're doing.
Right?
What are you hearing about the Jets? Have they called you about the first overall pick?"
Exactly.
Okay. So he does have Fernando Mendoza to the Raiders. He is hearing according to his sources, that the Raiders are going to draft Fernando.
So he's 1 for 1.
He's got, okay, so this is a little bit of a deviation here at number 2. I think we see a lot of Arvell Reese from Ohio State. He has David Bailey, the edge rusher from Texas Tech, going number 2. Okay. And then Arvell Reese falling to the Cardinals at 3.
Mm-hmm.
He has the Titans, from what he's hearing, drafting Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame running back. He also, he notes that he had the Titans GM, Mike Borgonzi, on the Schrager Hour podcast in March.
The Schrager Hour.
Good show.
The Schrager Hour.
The Schrager Hour.
Talking ball with Mike Borgonzi. The Gons. And the Titans GM made pointed statements about Robert Saleh's previous teams always having waves of pass rushers. So maybe he's kind of hedging and saying, I feel like it's Jeremiah Love, but we'll see. Let's see. Sonny Styles, your guy Sonny Styles, Ohio State linebacker to the Commanders at 7.
Just going to be so damn good.
First wide receivers coming over here to the Chiefs, Jordan Tyson, Arizona State, and then 2 picks later, Carnell Tate from Ohio State to the Dolphins. Mekhi Lemon to the Rams, going back to 11 personnel with that pick. What if they zig and zag again?
Mm-hmm.
And then Peter Schrager hearing that at 18, the Minnesota Vikings will select out of Toledo safety Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
I want a mock.
And here's what he writes. McNeil Warren is a tall, rangy safety who plays with high energy and is vocal in the defensive backfield. We're still not sure if Harrison Smith will be back at 37 years old, but McNeil Warren can be the torchbearer once Harrison Smith does choose to call it a career. He had 5 interceptions over the past 3 seasons. So that's what he's hearing from the Vikings side.
So if it's not McNeil Warren, it does seem, and I mean, again, it's all outside noise. It does seem like safety has moved near the top of the list if you were to start to put together the mocks, right?
Yeah.
Like, it might not be the safety that's being projected, but that's a position. And the more I think about this too, okay, if Harrison Smith comes back, that's absolutely fine. But you're still going to need to replace him at some point. And ideally, you would probably get somebody to take some of the reps off of him this season. So it makes more and more sense. And I think the way that Flores runs his defense, I could see a very plausible scenario where he actually puts more important on a safety in the first round than a corner, despite the fact that corners are probably technically harder to find. So I'm starting to buy, and I'll probably be wrong, but I'm starting to buy that safety could be the position depending on who's available.
Well, on one hand, I would say, that's like so high to take a safety, 18th overall. But then again, like, if it's the right safety.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I
Kyle
said the
Hamilton
same thing.
would have been the right
I said
pick.
the same thing until that draft.
Yeah. So if there's a stud player. Now, you might be wondering, what about the other first-round safety? Well, there's a couple of them, right? Dylan Thieneman has been mocked around the Vikings. And then Caleb Downs from Ohio State would be the other one. He goes to the Cowboys at 12. Dylan Thieneman actually falls to the Dolphins at 30 via Denver, via that
That's
Jalen Waddle trade.
Whoa.
That's a large plummet.
And it's actually kind of, it depends on which big boards you look at and kind of like whether it was a month or 2 months ago, but Emmanuel McNeil Warren has risen up some big boards while Thieneman has fallen down. So that's just interesting. So that's what Schrager is hearing, that the Vikings, I don't know that this would get a huge pop at the draft party. I don't know that people are going to show up like desperately hoping for a Toledo safety, but it might be the vegetables that the Vikings need to consume as they rebuild their stash of young players.
If they stick and pick at 18, what gets a pop?
Yeah.
Defensive tackle.
It feels like a vegetable like eating response. I think the only if we're talking wrestling pop, if we're talking an oh my god pop, it would be likely like a trade up situation.
Sure.
Like not to say it won't be awesome if they take a D tackle or a safety, like, because they need that stuff. But in terms of a pop, Bill and I we were texting last night watching CM Punk cut his latest absolute brilliant pipe bomb, the oohs and ahs of the crowd. I think the only way that happens is with the trade up.
And
Yeah.
I think there's a couple. I mean, there's no way Jeremiah Love falls toward 18. Could he somehow fall toward like 10 and then the trade up is in play? I don't think they would trade up for him either way. Another position that could get a pop is if, and the Ravens are taking him in Schrager's mock at 14, the Oregon tight end who ran like a was it like a sub 4.4 40-yard dash, Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah, Thor's not a big fan.
He's got some questionable hands. He has a pretty high drop rate. So that's what Thor's kind of, it's not that he's not. I mean, it's relative. Thor has him as a first-round player.
Right.
It's just like, do you view him as the 9th overall pick or a guy that you would wait till like second half of the first round?
Right.
I don't think Thor would be very excited if the Vikings took him, from what he has said.
I would be, because it means another talented, athletic, pass-catching tight end that can slide in for TJ Hawkinson, or you can mix him in and play some 13 personnel with your your new offensive chess pieces on the board. Yeah,
we'll see on that. I mean, yeah, that's
Mackey
a huge
Football
question.
Focus says it'd be a great pick.
That's a huge question. Yeah, I'm glad.
DFF really likes it too.
Thor, you're wrong.
Almost said something else, but DFF likes it too.
Dex Football Focus.
Yeah, Dex Football
Okay,
Focus.
got
That's
it.
good.
Okay.
I'm glad you guys both have started up.
Yep.
I sold mine, so.
Yep.
And my whole staff got fired. No conscience for me. No conscience at all. I'm fine with that.
Dude, it's kind of crazy. Like they just they started tweeting away again. PFF.
So who's going to be doing the front-facing grades then?
Well, they've always had people in the background doing. They've got a ton of people in the background doing.
Okay,
and
so
a lot
still
of their
there.
work
Okay.
is like team-facing work, anyways. And I think they've kept a lot of the like they have a huge business with NFL teams.
Right,
So-
but do we get how much do we see of what their clients in the National Football League get, if that makes sense?
Yeah. So PFF Ultimate is like the thing, and also they work and do custom reports for NFL teams too. But there's the closest thing is this PFF Ultimate level that I think is only available like, on a need to know basis, and you buy it for a ton of money. But like if you're an agency or you're a team or what have you. And then there's like black markets out there where you can get access to PFF Ultimate, but it's a lot more information. And the biggest thing it does is it essentially connects any data point to a film clip, all 22.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to search for like, think about like if a 3rd down and 8 or more, and you want to see all snaps where Dallas Turner drop back into coverage against shotgun formation offenses or whatever. Like you could just keep adding variables. You could do that and just watch a cut up. Mm-hmm. And they started doing it for college too, I believe. And that's where like Rick Spielman told Trevor Sikkema. Did you guys finish watching the PFF, the 33rd team with Sam and Steve?
Yeah, I saw like a
Trevor?
half hour of it.
Yeah,
At one point, Trevor made a note because or was it Steve? One of them made a note. I think it's Trevor that like he does some work with Rick Spielman at CBS, and Rick said, "Yeah, when we, like 10 years ago or 12 years ago, when we partnered with PFF, the efficiency that we were able to operate with, like the sort tools and everything, you could just like grind through more film than you ever thought was possible." So,
just so necessary too.
Yeah, but the people that are like tweeting and then doing articles, they are the ones that are probably going to get hired pretty instantly, actually, by either teams or other media platforms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, all right,
Dex, go ahead.
Who's got take?
Yeah. So let's talk more about these $2 beers at Target Field. So we had the power outage on Friday, and it delayed like a lot of the vendors from selling beer. It sounds like some were still able to sell. Regardless, 24,000 $2 beers were sold on that home opener, which then, by the way, they also extended into like the second inning because of the power outage and the lack of purchases. So they sold 24,000 $2 beers. I believe the promotions that they're running for this are every Friday and Saturday game. You can get the $2 beers. If you're a season ticket holder, you get the $2 beers for every single home game. And then on Tuesday, we're recording this today, it's Twins Tigers. Actually, a pretty awesome pitching matchup. You got Tarek Skubal on the mound for Detroit. Taj Bradley's actually been, I think, really awesome for the Twins. He's going for Minnesota, so actually a really good pitching matchup. It's National Beer Day, so the Twins have said, you know what? Let's honor the $2 beer special another time for today on National Beer Day for everyone, not just for our season ticket holders and the My Twins membership people. So they'll do the $2 beers. Do we think, as the weather warms up, and as they, continue to play as they play, which I don't expect the Twins to be that competitive, we're going to see them probably dabble into more of these like special $2 beer nights? Or is this more of probably just like a one-off? It's National Beer Day. We got a good pitching matchup. We want more than the 1,000 people that were actually in seats yesterday. I mean, I think they announced something over like 12 or 13,000, but that was tickets sold. That was not butts in seats necessarily.
Right.
So do we feel like the $2 beers is working for I mean, 24,000 beers on opening day because they were, nearish capacity makes sense. But do we feel the $2 beers is it moving the needle for Twins fans to come into Target Field?
So if I can use my sports business acumen to answer this question.
Always.
I feel like putting much stock in what transpired on opening day or on a night in which it was freezing cold makes it very difficult. Like, opening day is a special day. A lot of folks go who wouldn't go.
And you're there to get tuned up potentially.
And $2 beers are great, but people would have been there. Like they didn't sell out, but it was still a nice crowd. And then last night was ridiculously cold, and I know people hate the Poleheads, and I know that they're mad about this, but I also can't judge it. Like, if the Twins, if ownership was light, I don't think it's like that stadium is packed last night. It was miserable. I think by the end of the game, the feel-like temperature was in the 20s.
Yeah.
So do I think that this could be expanded, like, into the summer, especially for series that aren't great? Because, like when the Cardinals are in town, you're probably not going to say what we need is more beer sold. But yes, I could see this expanded like on, I don't know, a Wednesday night. But I also think that there is a complete, like the Twins, congratulations, you sold 24,000 beers, but that was opening day. And then last night, the pilers on are like, see, they can't drop. People are protesting. It was freaking freezing cold. So I'm still in wait and see mode on attendance.
Are you?
Well, I don't think it's going to be good, but my point is
it's not going to be great.
No, but I can't use last night as like this prime example. The protesters are in full force. If the team is good, I think you still get about butts and seats, about 9,000 people. It was miserable last night.
But that's terrible. Like, are we splitting hairs over how terrible the attendance is going to be? Like, there's no question that they're going to have the lowest attendance in the history of the ballpark, right?
They're going to have bad attendance. My point is, I don't put much credence in opening day. We sold 24,000 beers, hip hip hooray, or last night. I need to see this once they get to a game where it's decent outside, because I'm curious to see then. I don't expect it to be good, but I'm not judging on either opening day or on a random Monday night when it's awful.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so like once we get into May or June and it's 75, 80 degrees on a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever, like, it's, by the way, as we are talking about this, the Twins just tweeted out. I feel like the Twins are, they're okay. They're taking some chances on social. For a while it was like, we're just gonna tweet out. I think they're leaning into the bit here a little bit, which is what I've been asking for.
It sure seems like it.
I'm not sure they did last night when they did the, Monday Night Baseball is better than Monday Night Football with the Monday Night Football intro production, and they did a panning of an empty stadium. I think that was just like, but they just tweeted $2 beers and $1 dogs. It's looking like the perfect night for the 999 challenge. See you here, twins.com/tickets. And they're not promoting the fake 999 challenge that the other stadiums where you can buy it all and get 9 shots of beer and some mini hot dogs. No, I think has a major league team ever straight up promoted the actual 999 challenge?
But the problem is
this is the first I've ever seen them do this.
But they're going to cut the sales off, right, at the start of the game?
Yeah, but you could get there an hour and a half before the game and do some damage on the 999.
Oh, sure you could, but I feel like
you have to wait until the first inning to start it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I don't think this works.
You can't. But like, what if you start it early and so you're not supposed to give yourself that
you don't
extra
do that.
runaway?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can't predict how long. Yeah.
The pregame and the warm up, literally, pun intended. I don't know what the 999 would be in for the pregame. You're just having beers to have beers, which more power to you.
I do appreciate the fact that the Twins are promoting drink as much as you can in a short period of time. It is pretty awesome. I'm telling you, partner. I keep telling them this every year. Partner with a car service. Come to the ballpark, get smashed. We don't want anyone driving. That's dangerous. Get smashed at the ballpark.
Presented by Lyft.
Exactly.
I did just wade into the comment section, by the way, and it is it's
it's great.
When will the Pohlads sell? Perfect night to sell the team. Pohlads still on the team? Okay, no thanks then. Did the Pohlads sell yet? 9 innings of Twins baseball is the hardest part of the challenge.
That one's the best one. I'm looking at these two. Sell the owners. Oh, that's great. Have you guys noticed? And I lived in the North Loop for five years. That they now have in the North Loop on Washington. I think it's on Washington and 5th, right in front of Cuzzies, and then Washington and 7th, which is right in front of Smack Shack. That for bar close nights, they have now taken away all the parking meters, and those are supposed to. That's where Uber and Lyft drivers are now. It's like a designated zone, just like an airport.
Okay.
Where it's supposed to help, like, not congest and make, Washington essentially a war zone at 1 a.m. when people are trying to find their Ubers and they've had a couple too many. I wonder how well that's working. I've been curious. I think it launched like late last summer, but I'm wondering how well that system works. Also, like North Loop bars outside, I think of like Cuzzies, and if Basement Bar is still around, I think those are like the only bars that are open till 2. Most North Loop establishments kind of close up shop around midnight or 1. I wonder how well that's working.
Well, what about, what's that? Is there like a Cowboy Jacks or
Cowboy
something?
Jacks.
That's got to be. There's no way that closes at like noon. Or at
they're closing at 2, but like an Uber pickup zone for that. I mean, that would take a walk. Like if you had to.
You're talking over that North Loop
yes.
area, like
yes.
where you were. Okay.
Yes, like Washington between like 5th Avenue and up to like Bar La Grassa.
Oh boy, how about this one? Twins just continue to cut prices until the Cleveland Indians ended up with a promotion in the 70s where I think they had to forfeit the second game. Or they had to forfeit a game. 10-cent beer night.
10-cent beer, yeah.
10-cent beer night.
What is the equivalent of 10? What year was that?
Mid-70s, maybe.
So it was 10 cents in 1970. Is maybe it is $2. 10 cents. 60 be what? Oh no, I'm sorry.
What?
It's telling me dollars. No, I want cents. 10 cents in 1975 would be worth 62 cents today.
Okay.
So we could drop those down from $2.
62-cent night.
We'll go to $1 beer night in July if needed. Then we'll see what happens. How many players they trade at the deadline. After Joe Ryan gets traded, we might have to go to the 60-cent beer night.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you're going to embrace it, embrace it.
Yeah.
Just don't drive.
Right. Hey, if you're looking to embrace a better HVAC system, Judd, what would you recommend?
Well, I, of course, would recommend my friends at MSP Plumbing, Heating, and Air who do such a great job. And I want to tell you about an offer right now. It's not 10 cents, but it's a good deal. For $49, you can get a professional tune-up that's going to ensure your heating system finishes strong and starts in great shape for the fall. That's right. You're probably going to shut your heater off, I would guess, in the next, week or so. And it's going to be off until the fall, and then fall is going to come, and you do not want to start that thing up, and it coughs, and it's not working well. No, and if you book your appointment between now and April 17th, you'll be entered for a chance to win a Weber grill that comes as part of MSP's partnership with Fratelloni Hardware and Garden Stores. Check out the website, call msp.com, or give them a call, 651-615-4292. Call msp.com. MSP Plumbing, Heating, and Air. For $49, you are going to know that when you turn it back on, your furnace is working this fall.
Also, Park Dental is here. In fact, I think I have an appointment later this week. Got to check the old calendar. Got to get on that. But Park Dental has been an awesome experience for me, and I'm glad that some coworkers and connections recommended it. And here I am talking about Park Dental with you guys, the great Score North audience. Over 50 years, Park Dental has been caring for and cleaning teeth in Minnesota and western Wisconsin. And there's likely a location conveniently within just miles of wherever you live or work. So check them out, schedule your checkup, or if you need something that's a little more, like restorative or cosmetic, parkdental.com has you covered. All right. Well, Dex?
Judd.
It's me.
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
me.
Oh, you
It's
did
me.
the 2-hour beer thing. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
It went you, and then Declan, and then me, and I'll be quick here.
We also have Trevor Plouffe waiting in the Score North Twin showroom right
Oh,
now.
you know what? Mine's not that important. Yeah, I'll go first next time.
Maybe Trevor has a clock that's
It was just
10
a Twins one.
10 minutes.
It was just a Twins one. It's not great. 60-cent beers, though. 60
You can
cent
put
beers.
a pin in it and circle
Yeah,
back. with
and
Coach
circle back
Trev.
next time. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Look,
Okay.
it's in my notes right here. So you know what? I'm not going to lose it. I'm not going to forget it. It's in my notes. There's a bunch of notes here. In my. Look at this, boys.
Are you not going to
2003.
get to it at all?
Good
Or-
times. Good times. No, I'm going to get to it next time. Plouffi's waiting. Let's go to Plouffe.
Well, no. Like, give us a little taste of it. We're not just gonna...
it's a Joe Ryan. It's a when Joe Ryan is pitching ABS one, and it's just something that I find to be very funny. It's just it's him. Basically, he has not challenged a pitch so far. I don't think. But
think so.
the Twins wasted their 2 challenges early last night, and so
the early challenge thing, like, I
Yeah.
get that teams are looking to. It doesn't matter as much early unless
Right.
there's runners on second and third
Well,
or something.
they
Teams
gotta
have not
clean-
figured out this strategy yet.
No, well, and you're getting the guys that just don't think it was a strike, so they just tap their helmet. It's like, dude, you got to slow yourself down. But anyway, the thing is, it's 2 consecutive starts now where Joe has thought a pitch is a strike, and either he's been told not to challenge or they're out of challenges, and nobody, like, he is one of the great facial expression guys in all of sports, because his being pissed off is so abundantly clear, and he has no patience. And it is great to watch him because his face melts down. Like he's got that certain smirk where he wants to go wring someone's neck. And the ABS thing, I'm sure he was like, those
I can
two
think of a producer who
a-holes.
has that same quality
Yeah,
about
I
him.
love. That's why I like Joe, man. Same.
Yeah, but
same
I
mindset.
think the difference between you and Joe is, I think Joe is because he's got that California thing about him. Like, you've got the more Midwest pissed off look. Joe's got that "you're all stupid. What the hell were you doing?" look. It's just more of a upper scale smirk, which I really enjoy from Joe.
Does his heart rate ever go above about 62? By the way,
I think
Joe Ryan.
You know what though? I think his brain makes up for his heart. I think his brain gets super pissed off about things, but his heart rate does not increase.
We should track that. They should. That's what they should do for a Twins.
But you are
TV
correct.
broadcast.
You are correct. Trevor Larnach, first or
was also-
second inning, stop. Matt Wallner, stop.
Dude.
Do not
It
touch
was
your
also
helmet.
it was like a 1-0. It was like a 1-1. I forget the count that Larnach did it on. It was just like it's a low leverage count. And actually, there was a great video of the Wallner one that took place where up until that point, and this might still be the case. I have to go look at it. That even though that was a strike, and I'm talking about the bases loaded one against Baltimore last Sunday, the leverage and the case, like that, you should yes, swing at the first pitch. That the idea is to swing the damn bat, yes. But the leverage and the stakes that were at play if that call is overturned are
I agree.
massive in the swing of the game.
I agree.
It was the highest leverage challenge that's been documented yet in the ABS.
And that's and those are the last thing on this, and then we'll go say hi to our friend Trevor Plouffe, and you can join us on the Score North Twin Show later today too. But is it the right leverage to actually challenge? You have to compute that in your head, and teams should have that should be pretty uniform one way or the other. It's like a green challenge zone, it's a red challenge zone. But then if the pitch caught every chunk of the plate,
That's the thing.
and you're like, I'm mad because I took a pitch down the middle, like, come on, dude, what do we?
What I need teams to start to break down who knows the strike zone and who does not. And if you don't know it, don't do it.
it's kind of illuminating. It tells you like, oh, maybe that's why this guy is super inconsistent, because he thought that was a ball.
Right.
Okay.
Or that guy is a freaking genius.
Yeah.
Baseball savant.
Could be. All right. Yogi Score North podcast, Mackey and Judd.
Done.
More on that later.